What do you want? That's right. What do you want out of life? I've been asking myself this question for a long time. Some people want more money. Some people want fame. Some people want recognition. Some people want love. There are different motivators that are motivating different people. And these things are the things that are driving people through their lives. Let me tell you, unless you know what you want, you don't know where you're going. Do you know what you want out of life? Do you know what it is or where it is that you're headed towards? Or have you been drifting through life? Have you been one of those people that tries a bit of this and then moves on and tries something else, and they're always trying something different, not knowing exactly what it is that they want? Or are you the sort of person that got to where you got to and you didn't like it, but you settled because it felt safe, or someone told you that this suits you? You know that feeling when others are telling you what is good for you? Or maybe you felt comfortable and there's no challenge, it wasn't too difficult. Many of us go through life having others make our decisions for us. And we don't make the decisions because of the fear of failing at what we choose. The fear prevents us from making a choice. Or we delay, delay, and delay. You have the power to determine your life. You have the power to determine where you are headed towards. Don't allow others to sit in the driving seat of your life. You can decide where you end up. If you fail to choose where you want to go, others will choose for you. And before you know it, they will drive you to where you didn't want to go. And ultimately, you will wonder at the end, how did I end up here? Like, what led me to this situation? And if you are unhappy, you can put it back to one thing: you failed to choose where you want to go. So I want to tell you that you have the power to decide, but you have to make that choice. Now, if you don't decide where you want to go, others will decide for you. And at the pinnacle of your life, at the end of your life, when you realize that you are not at the place that you wanted to be, it will be because others told you where you should go, which turning you should make. You know the feeling when people are telling you, like, I think you should be this, or I think you should do this job or that job, I think this suits you. You know that feeling? When others are determining the direction of your life and it's not exactly as you want it. You know where you could end up. Others cannot determine your ultimate destination unless you allow them to. Now the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Kun fi dunya ka'abir as-sabil." Be in this world as though you are a traveler. You know why? Look at the amazing statement. As though you're a traveler, because a traveler knows their destination, knows where they're headed, knows the goal, and is constantly working towards getting there. Now on that journey, they stop and they relax and they enjoy the pleasures of life, like you and I do. But it's in the mind that I have to get to this destination. So they're always thinking about the destination and they're always moving on. So they never sit in one place. They're always progressing. They're always moving along the journey. So the first big idea is choose your destination, choose your goal, choose where it is at the end of your life that you want to reach. So my suggestion here is take a piece of paper, write at the top of this paper, like, what do I want? And then empty your mind onto this piece of paper. Every single thing you want, every single thing that you've wanted or you want or you think you will want. And once you've got to this, then go through the list and pick out the ones that are the most important to you. And you will see that a pattern will begin to form. And this is ultimately giving you an image of the ultimate desires that you have in your life. Now the second big idea is that once you know where you are headed, you need to make a plan of how to get there. Now you may not know exactly how to get to your ultimate destination right now, because these are the final scenes, and these are the big goals of life. These are the major things that you want to achieve out of your life. So what do? We work backwards. We work backwards and we break those major goals down into smaller goals. By breaking them down into smaller goals, they become more achievable, things that are easier. So we want to break them down to the smallest possible goals that we can work on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And once you've done that, then you write it down and you make a plan for how you're going to do this. Now, the easiest way to do this is take a piece of paper, write the question down. How can I get closer to my goal today? Then the second question, ask yourself, if I did this for the next 90 days, what will I achieve? Like, it's very possible that if I do this continuously for the next 90 days, I will make some real traction and I'll really move forward. And then ask yourself, what do I need to keep myself motivated? Like, we all need motivation, right? So what do I need to keep motivated for when those moments come where I feel like I want to give up, or where I feel like I want to take a break? Maybe you're used to taking a break and then never coming back, right? Like, we've all done it. Maybe you're used to giving up when it becomes really tough. So you need to preempt that. You need to write that down, and then write next to each one of those obstacles, because these are the obstacles that will prevent you from acting out your plan. So each one of those obstacles, write down, how will I overcome this? And what? Write it down. Now, once you've done this, you've got to ask yourself, if I do not take action on my plan, what pain will I feel? You know, the pain of delay. Like, we've all been there, we've all done it. Like, we know we've got to do something and we keep delaying it, and each time we delay the anxiety of it takes us over. So ask yourself, what is the pain? And then what do? Write it down. Once you've written it down, it will become absolutely crystal clear, like where you're headed, how you're headed, what you've got to do, the timeline. It becomes very precise, very clear in your mind that by this time I've got to do X, Y, Z. And once you know this, and it becomes very clear to you, the overall picture of how you're getting towards your goal becomes much clearer, and you'll have a much better idea. But ultimately, the bigger goals at the end, like, what do? Like, we do as the Prophet ﷺ advised us, as he says, "Kun fi dunya ka abd as-sabil." Abd as-sabil, the one who is traveling. Now, the one who is traveling is always taking the map and rechecking, making sure that they're on the right journey, or they're on the most efficient journey, and they keep adjusting. Your plans, they are not written in stone. Like, they are not fixed. You can change them, but the way that is done is that you try something and you tweak it. You go back to your plan, you go back to your goals, and you keep tweaking your goals, keep tweaking those miniature goals that will lead you to your major goal. And if you do this for long enough and you review, you will get to the right place. But ultimately, look, if you know your destination, this will make your decision process easier. Like, should I do this or should I do that? Should I go right or should I go left? Which one will get me to my goal sooner or more efficiently? Many a times we're faced with decisions and we don't know what to do. We don't know whether we should take this decision or take that decision, whether it's right or whether it's left or whether it's straight ahead. And we're always asking other people, like, what do you think? What do you think? Like, can you help me? Can you make my decision for me? And ultimately, it's because we haven't thought about it. We haven't decided where that destination is. Because once you know your destination, what do? You look at your map, like the traveler. They look at the map and you look at which is the most efficient, the quickest route to get to my final destination. And so if it's right, and that's going to take me there quicker, then I'll choose right. And there's not much thought in it. All you have to do is look at your destination, which takes you there quicker. And finally, let me tell you, if fear is holding you back, as it does with most of us, fear can become the ultimate destructive emotion in our lives. Like, it prevents us from making a decision. We fear that we will fail, so we don't plan. We fear that we will fail, so we don't decide on where we want to go. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. You have the power to choose your life. You can choose the life that you want. You can determine your ultimate outcome. And you must focus on what you are able to do and not what you can't do. Focus on the things that you are able to do, the things that you can change. We have the ability to become the best. You and I, we can do what we choose to do. So choose your destination, make the plan, and you can live the life that you want and ultimately reach the destination that you want and not what everyone else wants. Now that is our ultimate goal, to live the life of purpose. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you for greatness. Like, make the decisions, make it happen. And I'm your brother ABDUL SHAHID. Jazakumullahu khair. I hope you benefited from this. Inshallah ta'ala, I'll tell you my goal for these videos. The reason for these videos is simple. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me in my life with some amazing ideas that have transformed my life. And my aim and my goal with these videos is to share it with as many people as possible. So like sharing the good with me, like apply them to your lives first and foremost. And then share the idea, share the video, and spread the khair. Because you and I, we've been created for greatness. We've been created to be selfless, not to be selfish. Life is not about me, me, me. Life is about us. It starts with me, but it spreads to us. So, Jazakumullah khair. This is your brother ABDUL SHAHID. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.